I never thought I would turn down my best friend on the most important day of her life. But when she asked me what she did, something inside me shifted. I've known her for almost 8 years. We met at work and instantly connected. Same humor, same sarcasm, same late-night conversations about everything and nothing. People always assumed we were dating. We weren't, at least, not officially. There was always this unspoken tension. What if, that neither of us fully explored. She dated other guys, I dated other girls, but somehow, we always circled back to each other. If her relationship ended, I was the one she cried to. If mine failed, she was the one telling me I deserved better. At least, that's how it looked from the outside. Over time, I started noticing something. Whenever she was single, I mattered more. We talked daily, hung out constantly, she leaned on me emotionally. But the second she entered a new relationship, I became background noise. I told myself that was normal. That's just how life works. Then she met Daniel. Daniel was different. He was serious, stable job, good family, very traditional. Within a year, they were engaged. At first, I was genuinely happy for her. She seemed calm in a way I hadn't seen before. Less chaotic, less dependent, but slowly, she started calling me again. Late at night, whispering, saying she wasn't sure, saying she felt pressured, saying Daniel didn't get her like I did. I listened. I always listened. About 3 months before the wedding, she came over and said something that completely caught me off guard. I need you to do something for me. She told me Daniel's family was extremely conservative. They didn't like that she had close male friends. She had already downplayed our friendship to avoid conflict. But now, some old photos of us together had resurfaced on social media, and his family was questioning things. Then she said it, at the wedding, I need you to act distant. Cold, like we were never close. I laughed at first, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. She said it was just to avoid drama. Just for one day, just for appearances. I didn't like it, but I agreed. I told myself it wasn't about me. Then, 2 weeks before the wedding, she called again. This time her voice sounded nervous. She said Daniel had asked her directly if she had ever had feelings for me. She admitted that she told him no. Completely no. That I was like a brother. Then she said something that made my chest tighten. If anyone asks, can you say the same? That I was never anything more to you? It felt like I was being erased. I asked her why this even mattered. If she loved him, why was she still worried about me? She said it was easier this way. Cleaner. No complications. I told her I needed time to think. The more I thought about it, the more uncomfortable I felt. It wasn't just about saying we were never romantic. It was about pretending our connection never had depth. About acting like I was irrelevant to her life story. On the day of the wedding rehearsal, she pulled me aside again. There was one more thing. Daniel's cousin had apparently made a comment suggesting I looked too important in her life. So she had told them something new. She told them I used to have feelings for her, but she never felt the same way. I stood there, processing. She had turned me into a one-sided crush to make herself look innocent. Without asking me, she said it was just to make things smoother. That it wasn't personal. It felt extremely personal. I asked her why she didn't just tell the truth. That we were close friends with complicated timing. That feelings may have existed on both sides at different moments. She said that version was messy. So instead, she chose a version where I looked like the guy who couldn't move on. The wedding day came. I showed up, dressed properly, kept my distance like she asked. But when Daniel's cousin jokingly asked me, so you were in love with her, huh? I didn't lie. I didn't create a dramatic scene. I just said, calmly, we cared about each other deeply at one point. It wasn't one-sided. That was it. Apparently, that was enough. By the end of the night, she was furious. She said I embarrassed her. That I made things awkward. That I couldn't just let her have her perfect day. I told her I didn't ruin anything. I just refused to play a role in a story that wasn't true. She hasn't spoken to me properly since. Some of our mutual friends say I should have just kept quiet. That weddings aren't the place for honesty battles. That I could have sacrificed my pride for her happiness. But I don't see it as pride. I see it as refusing to let someone rewrite our history to make themselves look better. Now I'm wondering if I should have stayed silent. Maybe I was selfish. Maybe I should have accepted being the villain in her version of events. Or maybe I finally stopped being the emotional backup she adjusted whenever it suited her life. So, AITA for refusing to play along with my best friend's narrative at her wedding? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.